All right, haircut, headphones are gone. I got wireless ones, which you guys can see on stream. They're currently charging right now. I'm actually gonna bring them to work just so I have something to do like on my break. We're talking about Nightingale today and her very interesting buff that she got for her third skill with the arcade collab. Some people are saying this skill is better than Merlin's. I would definitely disagree, but there is room for Nightingale to start not being talked down as much as she used to. And the reason was that her skill, like other servants had a skill like that and they always did something else. Hers was just a flat targeted 3-turn 50% mana burst. Yes, a DPS having a skill like that is nuts. Look at King Hassan. But that's all it did. Merlin's gave crit damage, Scotty gives quick crit, Artoria came with an invul and a 50% power mod to go with the arts buff. Bitch gave crit damage, star weight. All these other servants all did something else with their buster buff. I jokingly said that Changong had a stronger skill than Nightingale. And like, yes, hers is 3 turns, but like Changong's is a free 2-star that roids out berserkers just as much as Merlin does. That's like, even if it's for 1 turn, like that might be the only turn you need that kind of damage. Nightingale, not as explosive with this buff, but I do like it. It is a good buff. It's just, I think there needs to be more with it. And I'm mostly thinking about Ozymandias, how they handled him and how quickly his kit got, like, basically, like, you play him differently, or not differently, you play him way more aggressively with his J pick buffs than you do like when he was on NA. He is explosively a different character. So bringing it back to Nightingale. Is this artwork the best? No, this is actually like really tame. I really hope they give her a costume or something, because like, yes, the outfit of Nurse throwing a bat at you is funny, but most people like her other appearances more than this one, and there really isn't much to the Ascension changes. Like, her pose is still the same, and she just gets a coat and some bags and bandages over her eyes. That's just a nitpicky thing about me. That's just me nitpicking. Base attack, low for a berserker. Low for a berserker 5-star. This is extremely low. HP high to compensate, but again, she's a berserker. It doesn't matter how much HP she has. She's going to get crit, and she's probably going to die. Now, that is both a good thing and a bad thing. You want it for esports, for cycling through different buffers. You want her. It is great that she's a berserker. She is going to die, and you can get, say, Changong or Oberon for the next turn. You're getting free damage. As long as she dies, though. She has to die. That's the problem. Star weight, star gen, and berserker numbers. MP charge 0.77, but they nerfed it for the quick card. This is such a petty fucking thing. If this was out today, she would not have this MP gain nerf. She wouldn't. And it really sucks, because if Mighty Chains were a thing, her refund actually would be okay. I don't want to say good, but it'd be okay. Like, you would have good refund for a berserker with a good quick card, but her berserker star gen would just kill a lot of stars. This would be. I don't advise doing mighty chains with Nightingale. Let me just like preface that. I'm just saying like this would be an okay mighty chain, and your quick card would gen a good amount of stars for a berserker that's not even quick focused. First skill, already been buffed. It is a 4k heal, grants them debuff immunity 3 times 3 turns, makes and gives them insta-kill immunity 1 time 3 turns. This is such an esport skill, especially for debuff heavy fights, like 3 times 3 turns. It's not full debuff immunity, but this is like, for some fights, this is like gonna be enough for you, like especially this insta-kill immunity, unless you're going up against like a King Hassan boss or like someone proccing insta-kill consistently. Like a 1 time 3 turns is usually what you're going to need, but again, if it's a super gimmick fight, then you're gonna need something stronger than this. This is on a 5 turn. I think it's fair for what it's offering, but this is not, like, this is a healing skill. She needed this. That's it. She needed this. This one, this should be targeted. If this was targeted, then Nightingale has a legitimate contention for being in the meta. Increases own damage against humanoid. That's every servant in the game except these one. 5 out of 360 something. She would pop off, not just for esports, but just setups in general for a boss fight if this was targeted, along with a like 25% defense against humanoid. On Nightingale, this makes her like fairly takey for a berserker if you're fighting servants. Like this is gonna help mitigate the fact that she's a berserker, and this is a free power mod against any servant. Like this combined with her 3rd skill would make her a great unit. It would deviate no, because Vitch does not, and Vitch does not give humanoid power mod. She gives the human power mod, which is no servants, and then she gives man attribute, which is a good chunk of servant. If this would be a free power mod for buster farming, I don't want to say it would add as much explosive damage as Oberon, but it is going to be very explosive damage because it's a power mod that how many servants actually have this as a power mod? It's Ezo and Nightingale. No other servant is going to get a power mod like this, so unless they are power mod stacking, meaning you're fighting someone that is like if you're fighting someone that's not mana attribute, like Nightingale is gonna help you for damage more than Vitch, because Vitch's power mod doesn't matter. Not when you're not fighting mana attribute. 3rd skill is what was buff. Like I said, the 3 turn targeted buster buff. Now it increases crit damage of buster cards 30%, drops 20 stars, and it stays on the 5 turn cooldown. So again, she is a berserker, so if her cards are on the field, she is not getting these. Straight up, they will go to all your other servants but Nightingale. So it by itself, it kind of has a built-in star weight skill, or star weight dampening, I guess. It's weird how to call it. It's just naturally, like, she's not gonna get these stars. Whoever you're using is going to get them. So the more Nightingale cards you have, the more stars your TPS is actually gonna get. Buster crit, it being 3 turns, nice. But Vitch gives 50% and star weight. But no, that's a comparison you can have. This is also this is crit damage for buster cards. It's not general star weight either. Merlin, his is 100% crit damage, not buster crit damage. That's why he kind of still has an edge, unless you're doing a full buster brave chain off face cards, which Nightingale can't. Obviously, Nightingale is not going to be doing DPS. But say Arjuna Alter, who is going to help him out more? Merlin's skill or Nightingale's? Merlin. Even with a buster crit chain, like a buster crit brave chain, Merlin's 100% crit damage is definitely going to help out more for that turn. But you're also running her with your DPS with other supports that just like this 30% crit damage doesn't matter that much in the long run in bitch setups when you're double stacking a lot of buffs. Like your DPS, say Ishtar, might already have a crit buff. This isn't going to matter that much because she already has crit damage. Introducing new buff types and all that stuff. Madness Enhancement EX for making her buster cards like fight. She doesn't have, besides her power mod, she doesn't have anything else unless she put this on herself. Appends. I mean, like, mana loading is a safe option. I wouldn't advise like going for brave chains, but like this isn't bad. If Nightingale has to do it, you might as well like make it good. Make some stars, I guess. Yeah. This, like, I don't like this as a skill, but you might get more value out of this than you would this. But again, sometimes you want Nightingale to die, so this is probably a negative, not a positive. MP has also been buffed. Reduce all enemy attack by 50% for one turn. Like, hey, like, they don't do damage. The current meta is don't take damage. This makes it so you barely take any damage. So yeah, the MP doesn't fit the current meta. It's arts as well, not buster, so she can't do buster brave chains. Like even Constantine, who has a non-damaging MP, at least can do buster brave chains. Party cleanse, good. Party HP, it scales off level, and then MP damage reduction goes off overcharge. If your enemy is about to MP, like that's when you would pop this wombo combo, and they basically like do base card damage. But at the same time, like I said, current meta is you don't take damage, period, instead of reducing your damage to nothing. Like Nightingale is definitely a relic of a bygone era, and I don't even think she was that good in that era to begin with. Bond CE is buster performance up 10%, and healing received 20% while she's on the field. This Bond CE turns this 4k heal into a 5k heal. It turns these into a 3.6k heal, and at max it turns it into a 6k heal. Basic maths. Is Nightingale worth summoning for? God, no. No. Are you meaning to tell me that someone is willing to summon for Nightingale over Tiamat, over Jax, over Merlin, I mean Lady Avalon, over Draco with her nice goated MP? I'm glad I don't have to change that on the tier list, but my god, is that MP sick. Are you telling them to summon, or Shisho, are you telling me you're going to summon specifically for Nightingale, who is a permanent servant, for a skill buff that brings her in somewhat in line with her meta options? You're going to dump your quartz on her specifically, especially if you already have her. If you already have one copy of Nightingale, that is more than enough. You should not be like rolling just for more healing on this, because she's probably not going to be around a lot longer after she gets this off ones, unless you're doing like meme stuff with Nightingale. Yeah, don't summon for her. Full buff. If you get spooked by her, you'll be happy. I got spooked by her on my main account. So yeah. Cool what they did. Make this targeted, and then we have some debate. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. If you enjoyed this video, please drop a like, comment, sub, all that good YouTube stuff. I'm putting this at the end of the video because I'm really bad about selling out mid-video. So, thank you for watching.